We're going to be watching CLG versus Dare. This is the Star Series. It has too many tournaments. Star Series LAN Finals in Kiev. This is a LAN tournament, except for us. We are watching through the wonders of the internet. My name is Purge. I'm here with Bulba. Thanks for joining me again.
Yeah.
And it's going to be best of three. So at most 3 games, at the least 2 games. We previously saw Navi take on M5, play very effectively, and definitely show that they're the better team. But who is going to win between Dare or CLG? What are your predictions?
I think LAN experience-wise, every single one of Darish players have played like if you think about Dota 1 history, they've played LANs forever. Like Dread, Santa, NS, Artstyle. These guys are like legends of the Dota 1 scene. And I don't know, like LAN experience-wise, they have it. Experience-wise, they have this. And I don't know. It's gonna be hard for CLG to win. But CLG does have a lot of like in talent-wise, they have really good individual players. Pycat, they have Misery right now. They
Yeah, I
have
didn't
Loda.
realize Misery was standing in for them.
Yeah, Misery's playing because I talked to Smogly has exams right now, so he can't play. Sad,
That would be a tough.
but
That would suck so bad. Like that's something you're going to regret for like
yeah,
a
I
long
feel sorry
time.
for him.
Yeah.
Missing out.
And
But
Dare obviously has awesome icons that also helps them win.
yeah, but
Except they
if you
mess it
want a
up today.
stand-in, you get Misery, so obviously huge, it's a nice stand-in.
Yeah, for
Getting
sure.
Misery.
And we haven't seen him playing for a while actually. He wasn't very active in EG for a period of time there. So still has the EG tag. Apparently he's still on the bankroll. So no need to comment on that. I'm not trying to fish out comments of insider knowledge or anything. But yeah,
Someone asked who the best Chen is, and I think Ake is one of the best Chens right now in Europe. So
really.
shout out to Ake.
Is that how you pronounce it? I've been saying like Aki or something.
I don't know. I think
That sounds better.
either one works.
I
Ake.
like your
That's how
pronunciation.
they say it. So
Okay.
Ake.
Alright, so first round bans, we see a Darkseer, Tidehunter, and a Leshrac. And for the Dire team, a Lycan as well as a Chen. So Lone Druid's still in the pool for pushing heroes. We still have Nature's Prophet, we still have Anti-Mage, we still have Enchantress, we still have Invoker. So this is CLG basically banned exactly how Navi did in their first game, I believe.
I think we might see a Storm pick in the first 3, maybe from Dare.
Yeah, they have like that hero a lot.
Invoker, they're gonna give Invoker to Pycat. He was pretty famous for his Invoker in Dota 1. We haven't seen him play it much in Dota 2, so. But he goes for the Fire build, which I think is, in some cases it's good. In some cases I still prefer the Quaswex. So,
So you think he's going to like a Cold
yeah,
Snap
I know.
Torch or?
He's always gonna go with Fire. I've talked to him. He loves Fire too much to not go that.
Okay. It's a little bit more fun to use, but it's not quite as. I don't know. I feel like Wex
The
Wasp
thing
is
is,
so powerful. Like it's just.
the Sunstrike buff was pretty big, so he's just
Yeah,
gonna be
that's true.
Sunstriking people.
Yeah, especially against a Windrunner and an Enchantress. If you just stun them for 2 seconds or so, throw in the Sunstrike. Sim teams have done some really good coordination with that before, so
Yep.
it's fun to see that Invoker can be played multiple ways now, or at least is popularly done. So that's pretty fun.
Yeah. In Dota 1, I actually liked Fire a lot, but I think overall wise, it's just your mobility, everything. It's easier to kill people early on with Wex Squats. You have a better early game with Wex Squats. And I think Dota 2 so much, but you can't push as well. That's the only downside of not going sort.
Until you get the Forge Spirits, at least you can do
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, for sure. And they're actually going to draft an Enigma here in first round, so I'm not sure who's going to play that for CLG here. But we'll give them some nice team fight. Malefice is a great skill, and Eidolon's also, with the Venomancer combo, of course, gives them pretty good counter pushing and pushing ability.
Yeah, I know they love Enigma, and they love Venomancer. That's gonna be probably Miracle on Enigma and Ake on Venom. I'm not
What do
sure.
you think the other way? It seems like I've seen Miracle always play the really, really hard support. I thought he would be doing.
Ricky, standard. I think Dare always has these picks, especially when they're on their Dire. They love Dire. They love picking Ricky, Storm, these kind of heroes, and they just win a team fight and they get an early lead and they get Roshan and they know they love Ricky. Like
Yeah.
if you look at their past history, art style just loves playing that hero, and he's gonna go the classic Eastern European build, just rushing Vanguard on him and being a big tank. Like Navi does that too. So
Yeah, I think it's very smart to do that because oftentimes
yeah,
that
because
happens in a
has
Ricky.
huge base armor, so that's the thing.
He has high base armor, so then you couple that with
Yeah,
the tank
yeah.
and okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't. There aren't really a lot of other items that you can grab that'll give him regen. Battle Fury is not a good choice on him, so it's like you usually want at least some kind of regen and at least some kind of survivability because you're going to do most of your damage with backstab anyways. And after that, you'll get a diffuse with blade and go into the BKB like normal. So it does delay your damage, but it keeps you so much more survivability to ganks and stuff like that. So I think it's a smart choice depending on the lineup.
better early game presence too with that. Because
Yep.
what teams like Navi also, if you see them play AM, they go the Vlad's Vanguard build, and that enables them the AM to actually help more out in the team fights, not just AFK farm all game.
Hmm.
Like obviously you can't go that build in pubs and be successful just rushing battlefield and farming all game, but it just makes you more useful.
And
And nice to see a AM ban even after they took Ricky. I guess they're still scared of AM
I think for
on
good reason, because Invoker
yeah.
is just so annoying to play against. Cold Snap was, just
Yeah.
anybody in a bad spot gets absolutely destroyed there.
Thing is,
So
I don't think they needed to ban AM because Pycat's usually their AM player, and he already is playing his hero. So we might see a they can't pick Morphling. I don't think Morphling's that good versus Ricky, and there's still the possibility of a Storm Spirit. I know Dara loves picking the Storm plus Ricky, and I know there's the like I said earlier, there's the four heroes that G loves playing. It's SF, Totem, Quap, and Storm. And I think we're gonna guarantee at least see one of them. Okay, they banned Quap, so I think we might see a Storm by Dare. They
and
banned Morph.
they're going to
Yeah.
ban a Morph, so preventing CLG from drafting that hero. A little bit worried. Ricky's Cloud is really good against Morphling, but if he gets Mantis Style or Lincoln Sphere up, it gets to the point where they don't really have a lot of other disables as well, so it would be kind of tough to keep Morphling under the Smoke Cloud, at least early game. So, but at least they have pretty safe lanes at the moment.
So obviously, there's still a possibility for a Beastmaster. They're still in the pool. The Beastmaster's not that bad versus Ricky. If you get a roar off or something, and he has high armor, and backstab is physical. So
Yeah, that's a good point. And they don't really have a ton of pushing at the moment, just the Enchantress, so not really sure where they'll go for supports. Probably more like a Crystal Maiden Venge. I think Venge would be smart at this point because of Enigma. If you get to BKB, you can always swap that to cancel it, but hasn't really been as much of a focus for most teams recently. They're not too concerned about BKB Enigma since it's not really the go-to item build anymore.
yeah, I really want to see a Storm Spirit. So hopefully we see that. I think Pycat's debating even CLG can take Storm. I know Misery likes playing Storm Spirit.
It's a good way to prevent G from getting the hero at least. And they don't, but they do have a Ricky, so I don't know if they would do that. The Major Silence Cloud
Yeah.
seems a little iffy to me. Maybe a Night Stalker for either team. Night Stalker would be great towards shutting down Invoker, but they're going to go for a Sand King instead.
Interesting. That might be an offlane Sand actually. I saw, or they might aggressive tri-lane with Veno. I don't know. There's a lot of options for CLG right now. They have pretty standard heroes. They have, yeah, predicted. G's gonna play one of those 3 or 4 heroes. So
Maybe they'll lane the Sand King against the Windrunner. It's not the most terrible lane ever for him. If he gets the 6 about the same time as a Windrunner, he has a decent chance of getting the kill, at least with a little bit of a gank. One Sunstrike or something, that'll be all it takes, really, to get that kill on Windrunner. But Radiant team can still go for a hard carry, and they're going to go for Bounty Hunter. I love this pick. I wish Bounty Hunter was actually played a little bit more often.
yeah. It's good versus Ricky. So
Yeah, that too, especially. He's definitely gankable by Storm Spirit, at least, so he's going to have to worry
that's
a
the
little
thing,
bit.
though. The thing is, they have no Storm Spirit. You need to you have that Disable, Hex, Rasta. These kind of heroes are good versus him, but they really don't have that stun. They have Venomancer's not going to do anything versus Storm. Bounty Hunter's not going to do. You have Invoker with Cold Snapper. I know Pycat's going to go for Forge Spirits, so he's not going to have that early on Disable. He's going to have Cold Snap, but he's not going to have Tornado or anything. And they're just going to have the Sand King stun and Enigma. So if G plays as well, and if he gets out of control, I don't know what CLG can do. Because I actually like Storm versus Invoker later on in the game, because Invoker's all about standing in the back and using your spells, and you just Storm just jumps on him,
Yeah.
and he's dead, basically.
Yeah, it's always tough to balance that, not getting too far forward and getting out of position and stuff, but I do like the Bounty Hunter pick, I really do. They're going to go for a Lich instead, interesting. So that'll be the support here, they're going to probably lane that towards Bounty Hunter, or maybe even Invoker to deny last hits using Sacrifice, so...
I know they love Lich, too. I've seen Dare pick it a lot.
Alright, so let's go over the players quick. We have CLG on the Radiant team, the Swedes. Miracle is going to be playing Enigma. We have Misery on Bounty Hunter. Pycat playing the Invoker, of course. Loda on the Sand King. And Aki playing the Venomancer.
Misery Bounty Hunter. I remember that one game where he was playing Bounty Hunter versus Navi or so. It was pretty funny. Or Quantic, I remember.
I don't remember that one. What happened?
It wasn't the best game. He
Okay.
didn't have the most fun game.
I see. Alright, and for the Dire team, this is Dare, the primarily Russian team. We have Vampire, also known as NS, playing the Lich. We have Dread on the Enchantress. G is going to be playing Storm Spirit, of course. Bot lane, Santa playing the Windrunner. He's their long lane solo. And we have Artstyle playing the Ricky Maro going to the top lane. I think he likes to max Blink Strike first. Once you grab an Aqua up, you have decent mana regen. You can just use it for the bonus damage. 120 plus a little backstab hit will allow him to possibly outlane even a hero like Bounty Hunter. So
I think what Archstyle's gonna do, he's gonna stay mid and deny for G. He's gonna die at least one creep for G, because they want G to do well.
oh, you mean
That's
you
the
mean
thing
the Lich?
about yeah, the Lich is gonna deny creep for G, because Darius is just so central on him doing well in the game. Like if you see games where he just doesn't do well, they lose. So
Yeah, that's a good point. Got to get that fast Bloodstone up. They usually, his item progression, he grabs an Arcane Boots and disassembles that into the Energy Booster, makes a Bloodstone, and then afterwards usually a Boots of Travel. And at that point he's got like 1200, 1400 HP somewhere in there, which is really healthy, and his mana pool is really good, his mana regen is really good as well, and it ends up working out very nice. A lot of global ganks and fun stuff like that.
yep. And I don't think he doesn't like going for a BKB, so he likes going for Bloodstone bots into Lincolns. That's usually his build.
Yeah, I've seen that
So-
before. Seen some awesome games of him. He's actually, was there no sacrifice? Did Lich not pay attention? No, he did use the sacrifice.
Yeah, use it on bottom actually. So he denied the range creep, which is a good idea, and that's gonna push the lane back soon because Santa's gonna get it at the towers soon enough. But they have a Veno and Enigma in the jungle, so Veno is actually really good versus Windrunner. Like the Gale, it just slows him so much, even a Windrun won't save him. So Santa has to play it a bit safely.
And Sand King's Burrow Strike does have the same duration of stun at all levels, so there's plenty of disable down there, and if Malefice comes through, he's going to have to be, like you said, really, really careful. He doesn't even have a ward up, so he's going to spend a lot of time probably standing over here in the side jungle just to make sure that he has vision up.
Yep. And NS bot wards for top, he has sentry wards.
Oh, wow.
So
That's going to make it really tough for Bounty Hunter to get farm here. He's actually trying to fight for the jungle here. Nice little shockwave from the Satyr Hubcaller. Puts him down a little bit, but not a huge deal. And he's going to play safe.
he was actually trying to eat a creep there and pull the side creep so his lane would push, but Dread did a good job of killing the creep camp.
Yeah, cool stuff.
I'm looking at mid. I think in this lane, Invoker actually should beat Storm. I think he has his higher base damage, but he's Invoker doesn't have rune control, and Storm's gonna get the runes, which is one problem. So I think both heroes are gonna farm well.
Unless, of course, Venomancer does some nice scoring. He's going to land a Gale on Santa, though, so Santa's going to take a little bit of damage, use the Wind Run. He's going to be running away from that one, and yeah, wow, that was pretty amazing. Yeah, how slow she ran there, despite being Galed. Venomous Gale is just such an amazing slow. It really is.
Yeah.
One of the best in the games, but G trading some hits. Pycat does have a lot of damage. He actually even got a Mantle of Intelligence, so boosting up his mana pool quite a bit. And he will be looking for Sunstrikes, especially on the bot lane probably. His main follow-up ability is going to be Burrow Strike, most likely. He's going to wait for Burrow Strikes, I think.
Like I said yesterday, when 4FC played X Gosu, you need to take advantage of a Storm solo mid. You need to gank him. And I think, obviously you can babysit the Enigma, the winner in bottom. I mean, help babysit the Sand King bottom, but they need to gank this G, because they don't want to get him out of control. If he gets like a 15-minute Bloodstone, I don't think CLG can stop him.
Yeah, he's definitely too good for that. So, continuing to get last hits mid. Let's check these CS totals. He is currently at 12-2 versus a 6-1 Invoker. Holy crap!
Wow.
He is getting completely out last hit currently. I think that was partially because of the original block. G did have a uphill advantage on Invoker, and even times like this right now, where Pycat is scared to be in the middle of the river because he doesn't want ganks to come through. He's just got to be so careful, and if he can keep rune control or lane control in his favor on his side of the river, it just makes it a lot more effective.
That's the thing about Invoker solo mid though. You don't have any way to get runes, and you're just gonna forfeit runes to Storm. And obviously they're gonna check bottom rune for Radiant, but he's gonna get most of the runes if it's top. And he already got an illusion rune, so that helped him get quite a bit of CS.
And I like Enchant here grabbing the Satyr Soul Stealer, using it for the mana burn. So Misery currently completely out of mana. After he becomes visible from this one, he's going to run out again. So not going to be a fun lane for the rest of him. I don't expect him to really be able to do much of a semi-carry in the mid-game as a result of the fast Sentry Ward pickup and the pressure from Artstyle. Artstyle's level 5, for God's sakes. He has a Poor Man's Shield, he's almost got an Aquila, and he's got Boots as well. And he's eaten one Tango, and that was it.
Yeah. Misery has no CS, and finally he's getting the wave up on his tower. And they're gonna push, I think, because Enchantress only single pulled. And then G got the Invis rune top again. He's gotten both the 2-minute rune and the 4-minute rune, which is pretty big for a Storm Spirit. He doesn't have to bottle core or anything. And NS is just look at NS though. He's
Wow.
not getting any experience. So I guess
There's that at least.
yeah.
Is he just like shifting between lanes, doing warding,
Yeah.
and yeah, he just dropped a ward relatively recently.
I don't think it's worth it though, because he's just gonna be level 1 this whole time.
Yeah, a Lich without anything but sacrifice is kind of crappy, but they will get a tower at least, so he's gonna have a decent gold advantage. We'll see if he picks up boots now. And there's the gold advantage. I don't know where he's shifting now, maybe going back mid. Definitely some very weird play by him.
Yeah. He's just going around just denying creeps. I don't know if this is the best way to play him. But can't contest NS. Oh, he's stacking those for G. So a nice move by him.
Okay, cool. So he'll be able to come through later, do a little bit of remnants there to get the kill. He's going to pick up level 6, so 0 ganks on G for the early game, and that's going to put Dara in a really good spot here. In the meantime, they're taking bot tower though. Loda up to level 5 has boots himself, and 3 levels of burrow strike, so almost an epicenter. If somebody comes, this could be very dangerous. Enigma goes for 3 levels of Malphus, going to be maxing that out first, so Windrunner has to be really careful.
Yeah. And they're gonna Winner's gonna try and power shot this, but I think they should get it soon enough. Actually, I don't know if he should have done that, the conversion there, so he's not gonna have it up for the next tower wave.
That's a really good point. It is on cooldown for that, so I didn't think about that before. Zakuri up on the jungle, it's going to be the energy booster, so that'll start off with a big mana pool for G here. And a little bit of center looks like enchant, maybe shifting towards the bot lane. It's going to find the big creep wave, and stacking this. Yeah, Dread is going to stack that again. G will go there, he'll get a nice little gold advantage from that, possibly pick up a point booster, and that'll put him a little bit closer to ganking readiness. Pycat actually at level 6 currently, so still at a slight disadvantage. And if you look at the gold totals overall, it's actually very even, about 0 here.
An Invis rune for... He's gotten every single rune. Wow. He's just so lucky he's getting every top rune. Unlucky for Radiant. That's so big, getting every rune for your mid. Like, it exponentially helps.
Yeah, more mana, more ganking potential. I mean, what if that was a haste rune or something that he decided to use? He's got a DD now, so if he decides to hop on somebody, he's going to get a little bit extra bonus damage from it. Lich has 0 EXP. Oh, accidentally got a EXP. Too bad.
I don't know if this is worth it. I think... Yeah, I don't know if this is worth it. He's going to be level 1 all game. Or mostly till... Finally he's coming mid to get some experience, but...
We'll see if G goes and ganks. Well, there's going to be smoke on Enigma Venomancer going for the bot lane, so that's going to be towards Windrunner, and she only has enough money for a single Windrun. Loda looking for the stun here. Oh, she does use Windrun, is running past. There's the Malphus Gale as well, though, and this looks really bad for Santa. There's the Burrow Strike, and the Sunstrike comes on through, and Windrunner is dead. First blood goes to CLG.
Yeah. The Sunstrike plus Sand King combo is really good, because the duration of the Impale is long enough for a Sunstrike to hit. Which gives you enough kills, especially when you have a Venomancer there to slow a Windrunner. And they should be able to push bottom tower pretty easily. There's going to be no Windrunner there to power shot spam. He's coming, but they should be doing quite a bit of damage. They have the siege creep too.
Yeah, it is taking a bunch. Sand King level 6, so could do a Burrow Strike epicenter if anyone shows up. Both Eidolons in the back as well as the Plague Ward. It's just a level 2 Plague Ward, nothing serious, but Plague Ward actually going to prevent the creep wave from coming up a little bit. And with the next wave through, Santa might get Burrow Strike. Nope, just going to Burrow Strike the wave, so Wave's going to get killed here. In the meantime, Artstyle still pushing up the top lane a little bit, and Chant spending a lot of time in the jungle, surprisingly. Not a whole lot of ganking from Dread. I would have thought there would be more than that.
Looks like Lich is just going to go there and share the experience with G later on.
Oh, a huge deny from Santa on the bot lane.
That hurts a lot. That's a tier 2 tower deny, and they needed the early gold advantage from that. That should not have happened. When you're in that kind of case, you need to like be aggressive and go behind the tower and stop him from denying. But they didn't.
I don't believe it. G didn't get the rune again. It would actually spawn bottom, so CLG is going to be able to control one. It's going to be an illusion. Miracle picks that one up, and there's actually 0 wards on the map right now, surprisingly.
Look at the CS differential mid. G's up to 46 and 11, and Pika has 28. G has 50 CS at 8 minutes, which is pretty sick. And he's going to be getting that stack soon enough. He's going to be getting all that farm. His farm's going to skyrocket.
Yeah, it looks like Enchant has stolen some of the creeps out of there. It's just 2 large creeps, but a lot of small ones. I mean, maybe that's the purpose all along. Take the big creeps out so G just has to spend a little bit of mana to kill all the small ones off. But
Look like Archstyle's Invis mid.
He's gonna find a bunch of illusions. We'll see if he realizes what's going on. Miracle's still
Yeah,
by
he
the
does.
tower.
Yeah, the Storm Ricky combo was really strong, and Dare like popularized this, just initiating with the Storm Spirit, and then Ricky backstabbing and using a cloud.
Yeah, I love CLG's positioning though. They totally knew. They're like, Ricky's missing, hide by towers, and they did actually spot him sneaking past the mid lane, going back towards the jungle. So
Ricky's actually really good versus Invoker too. Like Navi uses them a lot to counter Invoker, because late game that backstab damage is sick, and you can snipe Invoker, and usually I think he's gonna rush an Abyssal Blade after his main item, and Invoker just can't do anything. Pycat needs to rush a Force Staff, which he has right now, so good item choice by him.
good timing. Picks up the fast force step. Also gives him some nice damage as well. The downside to not getting as many quas levels though is that it doesn't boost up his HP as much. He's not able to get a bracer quite yet, so his HP is still a little slow. But Dare is going to pop a smoke coming for the gank. Lich actually has Frost Nova levels, so Frost Blast, 2 levels of that, so we'll be able to contribute. And it's actually not a bad skill at low levels. It does 200 damage to a single target, so it's pretty cool.
Well, Dust on G, so if Misery pops his head out, he's dead.
He does do a track. I think they realize there's pings, there's Storm coming in. Here comes the Dust. It's going to catch Misery. There's a slow as well. Alpha Wolf coming through. Arcel getting the vision. Here comes the Vortex, and Misery is going to get picked off. Track was a mistake. He just thought it was just Arcel, though, so reveal.
They're going to trade that, though. They're going to get mid tower for that gank.
That's true.
So.
And Storm Spirit spent a lot of mana on that. That was about 800 mana here, so.
I don't think we can stop this push. The Invoker has a summon up. Obviously, it's only an early level, but it does do quite a bit. It does do enough damage to push. Well, winner is good move by Santa. He's level 7. Interesting build by him. He went level 3 power shot, level 3 shackle instead of level 4.
Yeah, it is really interesting. I guess it's only about 80 damage from the power shot, which scales less and less as it goes through targets. So, if you could land the shackles, and there's a lot of Eidolons and things, so I guess there's a lot of targets that you could look for shackles. So. CS doing, Arcel's up to 347 gold per minute. He's doing really, really well. Storm Spirit himself at 317. Still doesn't kill the stacked camps, but they will do that eventually. And last hit numbers themselves, Storm Spirit at 58, and Ricky at 66 doing very well. There's going to be a Shackle. Lens does land down on Loda. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger yet, but he's going to back up. Arcel TP's in. Sentry Ward is down. We're going to see a Malefice on Arcel. There's nice smoke, cancels the ulti from Loda, but a black hole. Was that really a black hole? He casted the black hole, caught the smoke in it, and another Burrow Strike through Arcel. Very low HP. It's going to blink past. Looks like he will survive. And another nuke on Loda, and he ball lightnings out. Kills Loda. 2 heroes dead for EG. I'm sorry, CLG. Misery in some troubles. Was going to barely survive with 24 HP. Great jukes from him. There's the Dust. He's going to TP out, but nobody knows that he's there, and he makes it out.
That was a horrible fight by CLG. I don't think they should have done that. They should have just gone the tower. They dived, and Santa got a really good shackle off there, if you saw that on Loda. And the Enigma Black Hole got cancelled as well. And nice smoke there by Archstyle to cancel Loda's ulti. Without that smoke, I think at least Archstyle would have died there in that fight if Epi hit. But it didn't, and that fight just totally turned the game right now.
Yeah, a little bit of over-aggression for sure. Unfortunately, once you lose your epicenter, it's a tough loss as a Sand King. That's so much of your early viability. G's actually going to find Misery on top of a Sentry Ward here, but he's pretty low mana. He does have an invisibility rune, but obviously that's not very useful against Bounty Hunter, because his ulti does give vision to whoever uses it on. And he actually doesn't have any Shuriken levels yet. Very interesting.
Interesting. I think he just need 1 Shuriken level, but I guess he was soloing the Ricky, so he wanted to just spam Janata on him.
Yeah, he actually went 2 Shadow Walks first. It was for a little bit more invisibility, I guess. Just
yeah,
to
yeah.
make sure
You need 2 Shadow Walk, I think, in offlane, because that just makes the duration longer than the cooldown.
And CLG now pressuring the mid tower. There will be a Glyph. Lich is in position. And I think that's going to put tower in deny range. We're going to see a Malefice goes down on Arcstyle, unfortunately. He's very low HP. Does have his Vanguard up, though, so he's quite tanky. Jumping on Pycat. Power shot lands. Wow. And we do see a track. He does get picked off. Misery trying to finish off Arcstyle. He's just tanking the damage. He ends up surviving. Great heals from Enchant as well. And that's 2 heroes dead again for CLG. Nothing for Dare.
That Shackle was clutch. He got both Enigma and Veno there.
I missed that one. I didn't see that.
Yeah, the Shackle. Santa hit both the Miracle to Ake. And that just... And look, if you saw how much damage Pycat took, even though it was just a level 3 pull by G, which is the good build to go, but they killed him in the duration of that, even before he got his 4 staff off. That's how much damage Ricky does with 4 backstaff.
We'll see the stun come through. Chain Frost actually bounced pretty decently, hits Loda as well as Miracle. Going on another Shackle on Pycat. Pycat taking the damage, but Dara is going to back off, it looks like. Going to see a stun on... Whoa, Dread died really fast there. Well, that's Enchantress, so not too surprising.
The thing about backtrack, track is you have to realize even if you get a few kills here and there, it's actually worth it. Like trading kills with track on is worth it, because you just get more kills. And nice Shackle there. Oh my god.
The ulti from Loda comes in. It does not get stopped by the smokes. Arcel is going to get picked off, I think. Okay, he does go down. Track helping out with that one, lowering his armor down. And yeah, if someone dies to Track, you get bonus gold, your allies and yourself and the bounty hunter himself. It's very good. And you get the last hit on the tower, so that was a nice little kill, grabbing up the Ricky. But was that... Did he take the Invoker first? I'm assuming that's what happened.
Yeah, he killed it. Yeah, the Invoker died. Pycat's not having a fun time. He got shackled again. And even with the Vanguard, which Archstyle went, the popular build in Eastern Europe, like, he just did insane damage to Pycat. And he couldn't escape even in the duration of the shackle.
Yeah, it was definitely very good. Enchantress with the Earn Up, it's a magic stick as well. If you look at the gold graph, only 500 advantage for the Dire team, which isn't that severe at all. It's very, very minor. Despite the last hits being a lot better on the Dire team. 70 are up on Storm Spirit, we have 74 on Ricky, 30 on Enchant, 49 on Windrunner. But of course, Lich has virtually nothing. Surprisingly, he's 1-0-4. He's been playing very safe. And how does he have all these items despite like...
Oh, G's killing the stack if you look over.
Oh, is he? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Magic will be happening. See if he gets to level 11 from this one. It's going to be close. Nope, he's not going to make it.
But got quite a bit of gold. He got like 500 gold from that.
That's really good.
Which is a lot. And he should have his Bloodstone by 17 minutes at this rate if he farms another 600.
Windrunner thinking about taking the mid tower. Surprisingly does back off. See if Aki... Yeah, Aki is going for the deny, so see if Santa realizes he does use Windrun. Here comes the deny, and he does grab it. Great plays by Santa.
Santa is playing really well. Usually he does. He's not like he does well, but like this game he got the deny on bottom. Even though he died once, he's just like hitting clutch shackles. And for an offlane winner, he's farmed. He's gonna have a mech at 16 minutes with a mana boots, which is really fast.
Yeah, a very, very good self-reliant build that you can go for there. Usually we see a lot of Arcane, or a lot of Ring of Basilius on Windrunner, but if you could just go for Arcane instead, it allows you to spam those power shots early on and counter push a little bit more effectively. But this is great, and even a smoke on top of that. He's got really great items for that hard lane.
Yeah, mech is just so core to this metagame, and he got it at 16 minutes as an offlane hero, which is really fast. While usually the Enigma goes mech on Radiant, but he has it pretty soon, another 500 gold or so. But still, he should have had it. I mean, considering the rate Windrunner got it, it's pretty fast.
Yeah.
If the deny didn't happen on bottom, that would have been a different story. Enigma would have an earlier mech. Maybe fights would have been differently.
Okay, and Artstyle up to 300 gold. Does he have his Diffusal almost? He's got a Blade of Alacrity coming, so his agility will be boosted up a little bit here. Once he does grab the Diffusal Blade, though, he's going to be jumping on a lot of these heroes. Misery actually goes for Power Treads of Strength as well as a Bracer, so apparently he just wants to tank up a little bit, can utilize his skills.
He's going to go for Drums, so Drums is really good on Bounty Hunter. You need the aura, the speed aura. Helps chasing.
And it gives you 18 damage, which obviously is applied to Janata, so just by boosting up your HP a little bit really gives you a little bit more, a lot more burst damage.
Yep, and Pycat has 1600 gold. He's having a rough game. He's just like, this is a problem with playing versus a Ricky with Invoker. Like, you're just gonna get aimed, and Ricky's just so good at killing people individually, and that's the same thing with Storm Spirit. And G has his 18-minute Bloodstone. And if he gets a lot of kills right now, it's just gonna be tough for them to come back. 18 minutes is a fast Bloodstone.
Yeah, there you go. So up to 1350 HP. That's a crapload HP. He's getting 9 regen per second and craploads of mana. We'll see him probably cast in a second. 12 mana per second at the moment. It's pretty much the best mana regen item in the game. There's very little that can match it.
Oh, it looks like NS came in has a haste.
Super squishy, but no problem. Just runs away. Takes a lot of nukes actually, but Tango will heal him back up in the meantime. Artstyle gonna stack up, he's just doing a little bit of damage to Ancients actually. Gonna shift back towards the bot lane. Might jump on Pycat, but Pycat does actually have a Sentry Ward up. So up to 1700 gold. What do you think he's gonna buy next?
I have no idea. I think he should just rush for a sheep. Or maybe, I don't know, he might just go for anything at this point. It's hard to say. He's facing against all odds though. Like, Archstyle is gonna have his Diffusal. I think what And what Darren needs to do is push bottom tower, and once they get that, Archstyle should be pretty close to his Diffusal Blade.
Looks like Enchantress really doesn't have very many items this game, surprisingly. He's died once with 5 assists. He's got 41 last hits, but he just pretty much has an urn, magic stick, and a belt. Is he even buying wards or something? I don't think so. I feel like he should have more items than this.
Yeah, I think he's buying wards because NS has had barely any farm. He has 5 CS.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that. Oh, nice.
Yeah, great Sunstrike. Oh, that was a really good kill. That was a really great kill. Kill by CLG. Misery scouting that one out, does the last hit, or it slows her down just enough to get the Sunstrike in. That was good.
And you saw the gold. He has level 2 track, so that gave him like
Oh, wow.
400 gold just from that.
It's a big advantage there. And his drum is finished as well, so.
Yeah, that's the thing. The gold lead, the difference in gold learned is not that big because of track. They've gotten at least 4 kills with track. I mean, Misery's been 3 kills, so that's 3 kills with track, which just limits. And they got 2 towers, even though 1 was denied.
So that every time he gets a kill, if he gets the kill, he gets 200 gold, and anyone who assists also gets 100. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so much gold.
It's really good at just you should just exchange kills, bounty hunter. But the problem is they're just versus these kind of heroes, and I don't know how they're gonna kill G. At this point,
I don't know.
it's just hard because they need to get a good black hole off. They need to get a good Sanking stun off.
Yeah.
Maybe if he's cocky and runs out of mana, they can kill him. But Pycat's up to 2.1k. He needs to buy something.
Might be a blink. This is what Dendy does at least with the Exort Quas Invoker.
Yeah.
So it goes.
But I don't know if I'll blink in this game because they're just gonna aim him down.
Yeah,
That's
a
the
good
problem
point.
with. Oh, they're gonna get Roshan. This is the thing about Dire with SA and who got the medallion? Oh, Santa got the medallion. So medallion just works so well with Ricky because of the Ricky having a physical damage. So they're gonna get Roshan so fast, and they're gonna trade towers. They might even just defend this.
Yep, and Aegis gets put on Storm Spirit, so even less chance of him dying now. He's going to actually TP towards the top lane, so they do take the tier 2, but worth it for them, because now they can be a little bit more aggressive in the upcoming team fights. And Storm Spirit at 1800 now, so he's about to get his Boots of Travel. 21 minute Bloodstone Boots of Travel is excellent, and actually CLG might come back in from this.
They want to kill him, but I don't know if they can.
Invoker's still not purchased any items. And Miracle with a Mech Soul Ring, so they're pretty survivable. And Loda does have a Blink Dagger, so we will be seeing some good epicenters surely.
It's gonna be hard for him to get an epi off though, because like even if when he blinks in and epis, he's just gonna die right after that. If Ricky and Storm both go on him, he has no real tank right now. He doesn't have a Vanguard or anything. He just rushed for. He's going for a Veil actually. If you look at the chicken, oh, he's epiing.
He does blink in, looking for the Burrow Strike. Does land down on Artstyle, doing some good damage with the mech. Gets popped, and now a little bit of Frost Nova on Loda. There's the Blink Strike coming forward. He takes a power shot. That was really weird. There were only like 2 Radiant Tears there, and I guess he just thought he can get the easy kill off on Artstyle, but they backed off at the perfect time.
Yeah, that was not the right move because Dara plays. They always protect Artstyle. Like they never just leave him out alone like that. And this is just bad news right now. G's botsing in. Yeah.
There's a Shackle. He black holes. He catches G in it, but the Chain Frost initiates and interrupts that jumping on Pycat. Now there's the Smoke Cloud as well. Great force staff, keeping a little bit far forward, but the ball forward from G is actually completely out of mana here. And the last hit does come through, Invoker goes down. Artsteel will get tracks. This will give Aki some nice movement speed at least, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get this kill. Yeah, he's going to have to back off from that one. The rest of the Dire team escaping as well, but that was 3 heroes dead. Now going on Dread a little bit. Misery a little out of place, but he will track, and there's the ball leaning forward. Another Electric Vortex, looking for the damage burst. Artstyle blinks forward. There's the smoke, and no, he's going to go. No! Oh, they do pick off the kill. The Sentry Ward dropped a little bit late there, but they still got him.
Yeah, that was a bit cocky by Misery there. He thought he could kill Dread solo, but no, Dread had magic wand charges up, and he couldn't kill him.
And Ice Armor, I'm sure, made a
Yeah,
little bit of a difference.
and G got 3 charges off that. This is just going to be a hard game for them. He's already up to 9 charges, like 17 mana regen every charge, and he's gonna bot submit. This is a really good thing about this build. He's just able to split push so well and defend every push.
Take obscene amounts of farm on the map. He's currently up to 129, so he's definitely far ahead of the Radiant Team CLG. Goldgraph is a little bit more in the Dire Team's favor, though. Like you said, I'm very surprised actually that is so close, but it's all bounty hunter gold. It's very amazing.
I don't know about Pycat's build. Like he went the Blink Dagger Force Staff build, but I just don't think it fits in this game. Like you're just so like Invoker with each build has no escape mechanism. Like you have Invis, but you just move so slow even when you Invis. You don't have Tornado, just like use it and escape. And Loda died right there from Artstyle. Like
I missed that one. Is that a solo kill?
No, Santa got a shackle off on a melee creep to hit him, and
Okay.
he just died.
And he does
And
have his
mid.
defusal on the way, I'm sure. Oh, mid, jumping on Aki, and G is going to hop in there, does a little bit of ball again, and is going to go for the kill, does one more hit, is out of mana though, a little bit overly aggressive, does pick up a Void Stone, so his mana regen is like 19 per second. He's got a bottle ready to go. There's the track though. Oh, Pycat does Force Staff and Blink in, and there's the damage comes through. He's going to have full
They
mana.
can't kill.
It's probably going to
Yeah,
be fine, and they're just going to leave, I think. Might see a Cold Snap. There's going to be a Cold Snap actually, but he ball lightnings away, so...
Bit cocky there by G, but I don't think it matters at the moment. He misclicked his ulti, but I don't think Eveno would have died anyways because Enigma was there to get the mech.
Yeah, pretty high armor as well, always helps out. G back in the jungle, trying to pick up some camps in there. They have huge map control at the moment. They're farming both jungles, or at least parts of both jungles. And even Dread's still in the jungle, also going treads with an urn, level 10 currently, so...
The goal lead's up to 3k right now. And I think the goalie gets being a bit too appreciative towards CLG. I think the difference right now is a lot higher. Like the experience graph tells it up there up to 10k in experience. Archstyle is really farmed, G is really farmed, and those are the two heroes that need to be farmed. While Loda went for Pycat just has a blink and Force Staff.
He was able to catch up to Storm Spirit at least, but other than that, I don't know. They don't have that much of an advantage. It's 4 to 11, like you said, so...
I think the Force Staff Blink Initiate with Ice Wall, it's good versus heroes that you just have team fight, but versus a Storm and Ricky that are just going to jump on you, I don't know about the build. You just left with 1k HP, he has... Yeah, I just don't know. He's going to be food for the rest of the game, for especially Ricky at this point.
Now the raiding team does pop a smoke. Misery also going invisible, just in case. That's going to be 4 heroes looking for kills. They probably do not want to find G unless they have a black hole ready to go. That's going to be one of the hardest heroes to kill. Probably Enchant will be a likely target. She picks up a point booster though, so she's even more survivable here. And they do put an Observer Ward up while they're hanging around top rune. They might just wait for the Illusion Rune bait, I guess. But Dire Team doesn't have vision of it, so... And Artstyle does have his Vlad's finished. Very cool build. Oh, they're going to jump on Misery. There's the Black Hole catching 2. The Veil is used as ulti from Loda. Does get the damage off. G takes huge damage. Great Deafening Blast as well. And now on top of Artstyle. Sentries everywhere. He's taking the poison damage. Great stun from Loda. Catches 3 there. And now following up on Santa as well as Dread. Dread is out of heal. There's the Force Staff forward. He's taking a couple more focus fires. The Shuriken gets the last hit. And Bounty Hunter continuing to pursue. There's the Blink Dagger now going on Santa. The Cold Snap does the damage. Another stun from CLG. Their chase is ridiculous.
Wow, that was a really good fight. That was a horrible initiate there by, just a horrible circumstance for Dare. Like, G blinked into the black hole, and Loda got a good Veil off. He got a good Epi off, and he just melted. And Pycat was all the way in the back, just dealing damage with those Force Spirits. And if you look at it, track gold. Look at the track gold. How much gold they got from that? If you look at the gold graph,
Wow.
it's already back up to 1k just because of those 4 kills. Because of track.
It's pretty amazing.
Like, yeah. And Pycat's already up to 3k gold just because of that as well. That's the problem with
ridiculous.
just losing kills to track. You're just gonna end up like this. And Misery's up to 2.5k. Like if Radiant's heroes get this much farm, this game could actually be into their favor. No matter how much farm Archstyle or Storm has. Like a bunch of tanky heroes that just can withstand their burst potential, they can actually win this game.
And Aki ends up picking up a Ghost Scepter, so that'll give him some nice defense against Ricky Morrow. Very, very useful item, similar to what we saw Navi play, where Dendy picked up the really fast Ghost Scepter against the Clinks. This way, if he gets smoked on, he can use the Ghost Scepter. Now, Ricky can still use the Diffusal Blade to remove that buff, but depending on the timing, there's a little bit of mind games to go on, and that'll prevent the Diffusal from going on anyone else, so it'll be kind of nice to have.
And Pycat's going for his sheep now, so yeah.
Cool.
He just used Blast last. He had a good Blast last fight, which just pushed Archstyle away from killing Venomancer. So that was really good by him. And he's doing insane damage. If they don't kill Pycat first, he's just gonna be killing Ricky really fast in the fights, especially with Track on, and the minus armor from Track and the Forge Spirits. If they just focus on one hero, it has really good synergy. So nice strategy there by Pycat and CLG.
And Dara's going to smoke up, backing off just a little bit. They're waiting for somebody to come bottom. Might be Misery. Goes for a Yasha next. Do you think he's going to grab a Sanj and Yasha or a Manta style?
Probably a Manta, I think.
Yeah, would get better pushing out of it, so. But less. Oh, is it less HP? Yeah, it's a little bit less HP. They're going to find someone in the jungle. To me, Arcel, Blink jumping in. Chain Frost is going to actually bounce this game, but the Ice Wall's on top of Arcel, and there's the Echo or the Epicenter again from Loda. And chasing after a couple more. G actually is in the mix somewhere. He's jumping in the back. He picks off the Venomancer at least. Dread also coming from the backside.
Centaur.
Oh, the Centaur stunned on Miracle. Random neutral Centaur, man. And G back in the mix. Pops the Remnant down. Another Vortex goes down on Miracle. The burst damage too much. There's a Gem of Truth out on the ground. They're going to be able to pick that one up. There's a smoke cast as well. A little bit of weird smoke. But pursuing after Loda. He's going to do the burst strike through. G is going to be able to catch him here. Here's the Vortex. No Vortex. They had no stun, and he makes it out.
Yep. That was... I don't know if that was technically that bad of a fight. They got art style, but two of Radiant died to G, and that Centaur stomp was like horrible for CLG. Miracle just got crushed there by the Centaur. G got like a few last hits in, and he's up to 3.5k gold right now. Although it was a really good fight. I mean, it was somewhat good. Like it was the best situation for CLG because they got art style.
Lotus actually new aggressive, does a blink stun on G. A little bit of harass as well with Caustic Finale. He's currently level 13, going for a BKB next. He's done a really good job getting his epicenters off. He had a couple rough ones at the start, but the last couple team fights he's been successful.
The early Veil was actually really good because they don't have Archstar doesn't have his BKB yet, so he tanked a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's actually a very good item. And even with the Venomancer ulti, just put a Veil down for Venomancer ulti, no matter how far along it is, just really boost up the damage by a little bit extra. So it's pretty cool to see that happen. And Invoker as well, lots of nukes. Lots and lots of nukes. I don't think boosts up Sunstrike, does it? If something does pure damage, does magic
no,
resistance?
it doesn't. I don't think it should.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay. So. And NS at level 10, so Chain Frost is still doing some decent work, and he does have Frost Armor levels that are reasonably decent, but could do more probably with a different hero. I feel like Lich isn't really doing obscene amounts of effectiveness at the moment.
I don't know if G has a Void Stone and ulti over on the chicken. He could go for Lincolns or Sheep. I don't know for sure. I know he usually likes going for the Lincolns, but a Sheep might not be bad in this case because they can kill Misery pretty easily, and they can kill Pycat. Yeah, Invoker too. Invoker especially. Pycat's minions are just doing so much damage with the track on. Like he just auto attacks the minions on Archstyle, and Archstyle armor just goes way down.
And he does go for Arcane Boost this game on the Invoker. It's I've seen Dendi doing this build as well, doing Force Staff Blink, but they're still looking for more kills. There's going to be a Sunstrike on the Roshan. He's not actually there though, he just respawned. And the rest of Dare are actually spending a lot of time by the Ancient camp. So you can see another power shot. Both teams know what's happening. Or at least both teams are thinking about doing it. They're going to maybe catch NS looking for great Force Staff from Windrunner keeping him alive. And in the meantime, G is on top with Arcel as well. Arcel TPing back to the mid lane. So we might see a little bit of a fight to take control of the Roshan.
Well, meanwhile, G is just going to be pushing top. And as soon as anyone Radiant TPs, they're just going to go doing Roshan. And that's the plan with the strat. He's going to get this tower unless someone TPs.
And if they TP, then he goes for Roshan. So it's like, it's a lose-lose situation. And there comes the TP. It's going to be Sand King as well as Invoker.
Look at Dare. They're going to head right into Roshan. Yeah. Really good strategy right there. That's the problem with the split push strats. You're just going to... Radiant... CLG has so much team fight. You just avoid fights and do this.
That's really awesome. And G does finally teleport down. He's actually sitting in the lane next to it. He has to be a little careful because he does have the gem, of course. But Ricky picks up the Aegis, and they get the last hit. So another gold advantage going to Dare. If we look at the graph now, they are actually still at a disadvantage due to that track gold. Track gold was really good.
Yeah, surprising. But, I mean, it is a Ricky and a Storm versus just an Invoker and Bounty Hunter. So that's the problem there. Late game, the Storm gets so strong. And more... And I think G is just going to go for the Sheep, which I think is the right choice this game. He doesn't need the Lincolns, really. There's no Beastmaster on their team. Nothing that just going to... No, Loda isn't that close. I mean, Pycat isn't that close to a Sheep stick as well.
Yeah. Maybe he'll grab it afterwards, we'll see. Sometimes grabs an Oblivion as well. Maybe he would go Sheep and Oblivion. That would be... Is that overkill? I don't know. It'd be really cool, though, to jump in and disable everybody.
Yeah. It's not that bad of a build. Orchids does give you a lot of... attack speed, so it gives you a nice DPS as well. Yeah,
it's definitely true. And there's a Sheep finish, so he's going to be looking for solo kills at the moment. Radiant team doesn't have a lot of wards in their own jungle, just one mid, so he has a pretty good chance of being able to jump on somebody. And who is bottom? That's Misery.
And
so.
BKB has to be up from someone on Radiant. I think Loda is going for the BKB. While Misery has his Manta right now coming to him on the chicken.
Okay.
Loda's still pretty far from a Sheep stick. I mean, Pycat's still pretty far from a Sheep stick.
Yeah, especially because you grab those arcane boots. I feel like that's a little bit of a mistake though. Why would you grab arcane if you're going for sheep anyways? Stormspirit's gonna come in, goes on Loda though. This is Chain Frost. It's gonna bounce just once. No huge loss there. They didn't think there were gonna be 4 heroes there, but they did all get healed up and back off. So
I don't know about the arcane on this kind of invoker because E already gives so much intelligence. I mean, obviously you need a mana boost for your team, but I just like treads on a sword invoker as well because you need you don't have much attack speed because you don't have a high Wex. And also interesting by Pike just to max Quas. So usually you see people max for Wex, but I guess in this build you can go for the high amount of Cold Snap and Ice Wall damage.
yeah, and Deafening Blast is pretty much a stun at that point. So the knockback duration, it's like a 1.75 AoE stun. It might as well be looked at as a stun. So he's going Deafening Blast with the Cold Snap. You won't have the Disarm, which would have been nice against heroes like Ricky as well as the Storm Spirit. But I don't know. Cold Snap's a lot better this way, that's for sure. Arcel actually jumps and he's going to use Diffusal Blade on Misery. Misery does use Mantis Cell. BKB is one. Arcel G comes in, tries to disable Loda, not going to get it. There's the Black Hole, and G somehow gets out just in time. Jumping on Pycat, wants that kill, but it looks like he's going to get picked off. He's completely surrounded, and the Blast gets the kill. We'll see if he buys back. He actually doesn't have gold, so not going to be able to purchase back here. Arcel escaping Santa as well, and Dare does lose 1, so this means that Loda as well as CLG are likely to be able to take this tier 2 tower. Another Malefice, there's the Blink Stun going in on Santa, Smoke Cloud as well, but he does get killed. Still has a mech as well, no Force Staff on cooldown, 6 seconds, and an Invoker blinks forward and gets the last hit on the Windrunner. Arcel also in a little bit of trouble. Another stun from Loda, but I think we're going to see Dare back out. No, they want to kill Loda. There's the smoke, looking for Diffusal Blade. It is used, but he blinks away. Great play.
Yeah, that was just a bad fight for Dare. I don't know if they should engage like this. Like, Archstyle, he just randomly diffused Misery. He didn't have a BKB up. He didn't use his BKB. And G just went balls deep in and just died. And that gave, remember the track gold. They got 2 kills off that with track on it. And that gave Pycat his sheep, basically. So.
Wow. Yeah, Storm Spirit's going to have to be so careful. I almost think he needs to get a BKB at this point. Instead of just skip the Lincolns, because when you have to worry about sheep as well as Cold Snap, if he ever wants to go aggressive, Pycat will just be like, okay, I'll Cold Snap.
Yeah, he needs a sheep. I mean, he needs a BKB. I think BKB is really core on Storm, especially in this late of a game. Because the disables itself are what are scooming over. The Blast plus the Cold Snap. Cold Snap's really annoying, especially when you go into a fight and have all these things attacking you. You're mini stunned for so long. And it disables the animation for you to jump. That's the thing about... That's the reason Pycat leveled up his Quas. If you leave Quas at like a lower level, at least level 4, the Cold Snap isn't going to have a low enough cooldown where it triggers every hit. So.
And Arcel at to 1400 gold if we look at the GPMs. The highest in the game is going to be G's at 418. I'm sorry, Ricky's actually at 422. He's farming very well. What do you think he's going to get after this, Butterfly or Mantis style? Oh, they're going to see initiation though. Oh, he does eat the... Oh, Gale's actually going to miss. Jumps on Loda. There's the smoke. But he does pop a BKB. And Epicenter... Loda's going to Epicenter it. He's actually on a... He actually canceled it. It doesn't matter. It's a 100-second cooldown, so it's a little bit of a mistake. But I think the biggest loss was using the BKB, I think. I don't know if he needed it.
I think he was scared that Storm was going to follow or like all of Dare was behind him. They do have Aegis. Keep that in mind. So...
That's true. I didn't think about that one. And now that they don't have to... I don't know if they saw the Epicenter or not, but they definitely saw the BKB up on Sand King, so they know he can probably fight. Misery is going to be ran away, though. He's going to track on Arcstyle, so Arcstyle has to be a little careful about this.
Track is just really annoying for Dare right now. Like, it just enables them to run away. I mean, enables CLG to run away even if they get chased down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the nicest thing about putting track on a melee hero. Even your weak supports will have a modus movement speed.
In order to keep in mind, even if you get smoked, if the target's tracked, you can run away, even in the smoke.
Yep.
Like,
I think he gets like 20% movement speed or something really good. Yeah, that's so good. That's a lot of movement speed. Alright, Miracle coming to defend, pops up the Eidolon Venomancer Plague Wards as well. That's also provide a great amount of counter push. And G's actually going to jump in, is going to go on the Hex on Misery, the Blink Strike as well. Great Black Hole from the low ground by Miracle, catches 3. There's the Meteor as well. And Dare is in a lot of trouble. Arcstyle regenerating up just a little bit, jumps in on Loda. He is going to maybe stay alive, is going to pick off Loda. Arcstyle's still not dead, but there's the track. He's going to Blink Strike, goes in on the Bounty Hunter, sacrifices his life. What a huge play from Miracle. Oh my gosh. Another dust.
The fight didn't actually turn that well for them, even considering the circumstance. He got a 5-man Black Hole followed by a Meteor. They might kill Arcstyle here. No, they aren't going to get him.
And Dare is going to back up. Wow, that was
I
so
don't
good.
remember what happened in that fight, but clutch BKB by Archstyle, good mech there by Santa, and no one really died except Santa, and they killed Loda for that. But keep in mind he was tracked, so they got extra track goals. So trading kills in this are not like that bad for Dare. I mean for CLG at the moment.
Yeah, it's a 2k advantage, very, very close at the moment. Enchantress is very close to an Aghanim Scepter, about 200 gold away. It'll give her a little bit more semi-carry potential. And Archstyle himself up to 22, so we'll see if he goes for a Yasha next. Probably will increase his attack speed by a good amount. And Lich going for a pipe, but still very far away from that as well.
Yeah. To see, late game still, I think Dare has the advantage because of Storm. But G hasn't really farmed that much since then. He still has a sheep. I think he had a sheep like 8 minutes ago. He hasn't really progressed in item-wise. Because he died twice. And just not the dominating Storm we saw before from G. Like CLG's been doing a good job of staying together. And Storm's just really good at picking people off. With the BKB you can initiate, but he doesn't have a BKB, so, and he has a gem, so.
He's gonna find Misery though. He's invisible, so they don't realize he's there. Oh, they have a gem as well though. There we go. Enigma does get vision, but he balls out, and he will be tracked again. But no problem there. Storm Spirit going for a regen. So always happy about that. Regen runes is like the best rune for Storm Spirit. Can pretty much go anywhere. It's like a double boots of travel in some ways.
Yeah. Like someone said in chat, if Loda had his ulti there, that fight would have been perfect for Dare. I mean CLG.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
Unfortunately, I mean you can't blame him for that. Like you can't just solely because of that. And he did die before, so can't really say he would have gotten it off.
Mm-hmm.
And Misery's up to 3.3k. I wonder what he's gonna go next. Possibly a BKB.
Yeah, I guess that would be pretty reasonable. Maybe a damage item.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Look at G, he's just
something.
waiting there. I think he's gonna try and snipe Misery. No, he knows he doesn't have enough DPS to kill him.
Yeah, he would just go invisible. I mean, he has the gem, of course, but definitely be a tough kill. And you never really know where the rating. And they have so much reach as well. They have, Blink Force Staff Invoker. They have a Blink Sand King. If you overstay your welcome, you can get chain stunned and be in a lot of trouble. So I think it's good for him to be playing very safe.
Like this game has progressed quite differently than I thought it would. I thought Dare would have a huge advantage because they did have a huge advantage. They had a huge gold lead, experience lead. They'd experienced his graph is already packed. It was at 10k, but now it's 6k. So they're not doing that poorly as I thought. CLG came back. Dare had a few bad fights, I think, which led them to this. They overextended. I think G just let in without any BKB, and that hurt. And smoke there by CLG. They might pick off Archstyle if he doesn't get a BKB off.
Yeah, we'll see if they run into that. There's an Eagle song up on Ricky, so he's probably going for a Butterfly here. And the rest of CLG, they're coming up for the Secret Shop, actually. And I think Dare is preparing for Roshan or something. I'm not quite sure.
I think that the Butterfly is a good choice. He needs the extra armor, and he needs the extra evasion.
Yeah.
Because those minions are just doing so much damage to him, even when he's BKB'd.
Yeah, that's a really good point. They lower his armor down. So yeah, Butterfly would be very good against that. Not to mention it does give him a lot of agility, so increases his damage potential by kind of ridiculous amounts. So I'm going to find a Misery Illusion, and they'll steal that back. Send that back to Scout. And most of CLG playing really safe, just grabbing last. G actually is going to get jumped on the top lane, but he just ball lightning away. Wow, he went far. About half of his mana pool there. And he's just going to go home.
The distraction, the normal Dare distraction.
Storm Spirit top, get him as far away from Roshan as possible, and then take it.
Oh my god, he activated the regen rune, but then
he took the damage.
Yeah.
It's too good. Jumping down Roshan. Are they going to get there in time? Lotus coming in. He pops the epicenter, jumps on 4 huge epicenter burrow strike. Dread almost going down. They all end up surviving, but the Gale gets the last hit on Enchant. There's still cheese on the ground. Nobody's grabbed it quite yet. We'll see if Arcel picks something up. He just killed it. I think Miracle does a black hole, catches just Arcel, and us on the outside, applying a little bit of debuff, but he still is not BKB'd yet. The Aegis, who had the Aegis? I think SK stole it.
G had the Aegis.
G did have the Aegis, okay. Pops the Aegis. Aki looks like he is going to go down. There's another ball landing. Nice little dodging, but picks him off. And that is 3 heroes dead on CLG, 2 on Dare, surprisingly not doing better in that team fight.
That was a perfect initiate there by Loda, but
yeah,
because of they got Aegis, and you kill a Storm, he just came back and he just pounced on the low enemy heroes.
He was out of mana anyway, so he's probably happy with that. He's like, yeah, go ahead, kill me.
That was a perfect fight for Dare there. It ended out a lot better. They got only Bounty Hunter and Invoker lived. That was a really good epi there by Loda though. Wow, so much damage from the Veil.
Yeah.
I love that item on SK.
And the Burrow Strike he caught. I think somebody was Magic Immune, but he Burrow Strike like the whole entire. If his follow up, the follow up from his team would have been a little bit better. I mean, he obviously was slightly more forward than his allies. If they would have followed up right after the epicenter did most of the damage, do all their nukes right there, even like a black hole or something, it could have been so much different. But unfortunately, just a little overextended there, and despite Loda's perfect ulti, it was just not enough damage to win the team fight. So, alright. Lich going for a pipe next. Still is not quite there. 300 gold. We'll have the magic. A couple Misery Illusions, which will not be killed. Aghanims is up on Enchant at least, so she was doing some good stuff in the last game. And G still pressuring towards the top lane. Waiting for some Ancients to spawn, I think. Invoker also almost has his BKB, 400 away, so that'll be very good for him.
And looks like G's just going for the Lincolns. Surprising. He just doesn't want the BKB. He just wants as much mana regen as possible.
No, it's Refresher Orb for sure.
Yeah.
Gonna do the double Vortex. That would actually be really cool, but it would suck so bad. Yeah. So gonna pick up the Lincoln Sphere. Will be able to block one spell. I guess if he has an Aegis or something like that, it's not the biggest deal ever. And he's got so much HP that at this point, taking damage is not a terrible thing. I guess. I don't know. I feel like a BKB maybe like 15 minutes ago would have been really, really required, but at this point I feel like he's survivable enough, and his team also has decent items that they can cause at least some distraction, and he probably won't be majorly focused.
Yep. Right now it's Pikehead's going for his BKB. He should have that soon. He should just buy it. And Dare's gonna be pushing bottom.
And G does have the Lincoln Sphere, so we'll be able to block some damage. Gets a little bit more HP, as well as last hit power out of that one. And they're shifting down to the bot lane, still 50
look
gold
at
away.
NS's score.
Who's?
Look at NS's score. Vampire. He has 1 kill, 0 deaths at a 46-minute game with Lich.
That's crazy.
Have you ever seen a 46-minute game with Lich having no deaths?
Who started off at level 1 for like 4
Yeah.
minutes.
This is exceptional play by him. Like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I even saw him in some of those team fights. He was just attacking. It's like, I gotta attack, man. This is important.
He hasn't died. He has been part of 13 out of 18 kills. He has a pipe soon, which they desperately need.
Yeah, that's for sure. Almost want to put him in the jungle for 50 gold and just give it to him, but
Looks like G just pinged mid and top. He wants to just go into split push, and he's gonna get this. Oh, he just missed the double damage. Okay, he went back.
oh,
Come on, get the double damage.
he left it. I think he tried to check it, but didn't quite catch it.
Yeah.
So tough loss there. Goes back mid, and I mean, in some ways they want to wait for the butterfly up on the Ricky Morrow anyways. I mean, I think late game situations Ricky's going to beat a bounty hunter. I think, especially because of the current items. He does grab a MKB, so he does go for the damage items. He's not looking that bad actually. He's going to jump on Windrunner. She uses Windrunner, but the apply still can hit through that, and she runs away immediately. Good force staff though.
Good item choice by Misery there. So
Yeah.
he's just gonna try and fight Archstyle in the smoke.
Or even Windrunner. He can choose either target. He's got True Strike now, so it's going to go much better for them. He still doesn't have a BKB though, but
That's the only problem right now. But he has enough tank. He has a Vlad's. He still has his 4 Django charges. I guess he hasn't been using them. Or maybe he just rebought it. I doubt he'd rebuy it. But they're ping game. I think they want G to initiate.
Storm Sphere comes through, looks for the Disabler. There's the Manta style, and still nothing. I don't know. He's very low mana, so maybe that's why they decided to back up. We'll see if they get caught, though. The rest of CLG's come through. Loda does do the blink stun, jumps on Santa, pops the ulti as well. Black King Bar comes to epicenter, but nobody really that close to him. Does do a little bit of damage to G, looking for a black hole, nothing quite yet. And Miracle is going to get shackled in, and Dare going to try to escape on another burst strike on Artstyle. Artstyle not looking so good there. The black hole almost getting disrupted by the Lich ulti. And looks like NS is finally going to die this game. That's 3 losses for Dare. Not good.
That was huge bait there by Misery.
Yeah.
They baited the entire team. Loda got a really good epi off. He killed Santa with the... He didn't... Wait. Did Santa die? I'm not sure. Can't check.
Bounty Hunter got a lot of kills though. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Triple kill for him.
And that's the track gold. Keep that in mind. And he's already up to 2.6k gold when he only had 1k before. So
Yeah, he's got 20k gold farmed in this game. Just he's in second place at the moment, and that's gonna be the tier 3 tower falling for the bot racks. The bot rack's probably gonna drop as well. We'll see if they get a double. They might be able to take the mid tower in addition. Yeah, they're gonna immediately shift over, so they're gonna try to get a double racks here. If they can, that's gonna give them a huge tactical advantage in terms of push in the future. And this is just game 1.
yeah.
Still have a lot more Dota to play, so that's going to be the double racks, so it is going to put CLG in a
Who
huge
would have thought
advantage.
about this? You win one team fight, you just get racks.
Yeah, it was so close. 18 to 18 for a 49-minute game, and Trekwell just keeping him in the game this entire time.
I think it's the first game I've seen like this happen, like the speed advantage, everything. Dare just lost their advantage. This is the difference, I think, between them and Na'Vi, where Na'Vi would not have made silly mistakes like that, losing such a big advantage after all their farm, all their kills, and Dare got into several bad fights and resulted in this.
Yep. It's not over yet, of course, but it's not looking good.
It's gonna be hard. I don't know. It's hard to come back down from 2 racks. And you have to think about all the gold that Bounty Hunter is given. It's already up to it's close to 7k right now. The gold advantage. Look at the jump. Like earlier, it was just like around 3k for Dare, and now it's all the way up to 7k.
It's only about a 10% advantage in terms of total gold, so it's not the end of the world, but I think the tactics is the worst part. Having to worry about the waves constantly pushing in. If they ever want to do anything tactical, they have to worry about those other waves just taking their throne. So it's going to make it very tough for them. And the item progression still continues on the Radiance team. Bounty Hunter can still get better damage items. He actually purchased a Black King bar here, which means that his carry potential is going to be mostly uncontested now. Loda is going for an Aghanim Scepter, which he's very close to, so every single hero on CLG's team is getting better and better with time, except for the maybe exception of Venomancer. But Venomancer as well, sitting on weird but good items. Ghost Scepter plus a Reaver, so very tanky.
And let's see what other items. Pycat's going for the Scepter, gonna be pretty late, but good item choice. He already has it, so
Oh wow.
he's pretty stacked.
He's really stacked, really good. I hear a BKB jumping on somebody in the mid lane. Arcel going on Loda, trying to get the kill, just trading some hits. The Epicenter's doing pretty good damage to Santa as well as Dread, and Dread about to go down, still trying to heal, but it's not going to be enough. The burst damage is too much there. And now jumping on Aki. G's going to continue pursuing, does have the double damage, but his mana pool is getting low and might need to trade some hits. Dread is going to call GG. I guess that's going to be it. Arcel knows that's 4 down, and CLG is going to take the win in game 1.
Wow. CLG must be really happy about this. I mean, the game just looked like Dare had a huge advantage, but they just came back from several good team fights. And I think it was more on the end of Dare just not taking advantage of the lead they had and giving CLG a way back into the game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So there's the disconnects. I guess that's pretty much it. So we'll be back in just a second, guys, with game 2 of this best of 3 set. My name is Purge, and I'm here with Bulba. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll bring you guys some more content in just a second. Don't go anywhere.